told you to do last week was to make your covers for your pockets that are going to go on the front of our book. But what I didn't tell you to do was actually we also need to cover these bits here, and I covered those as well. So I've just bought some new what do you call them, blades for my trimmer, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see if I can cut them. So that I know is 4.5, and that's 1/4 of an inch. So let's see if I can actually cut these to fit. So I'm going to cut that just under 1/4 of an inch. Oh, straighter to be helpful, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Bye. So that's going to fit on there like that. So I'll be with you in just a tick. I'll just cut these down to size, so just under 4.5.
And that's Dougar.
A little bit of glue. Oh, well, I'm glad you did find us, Faith. To be honest with you, we were having a few technical issues.
Yep, my fault.
It was all that running.
Yep.
Too much gin. Who's had too much gin? It's not me, that's for sure. I wish. God, these are fiddly. Whose bright idea was this?
I don't know.
It wasn't mine. Oh.
Ali says hi from her and Polo.
Hi, Ali. Hi, Polo. We took Max to the vets tonight for his checkup and his blood test that he has to have every couple of weeks or so. And he wasn't really a very happy pussycat, was he?
No.
He escaped in the car and sat on the back window sill, which was quite amusing. Right, we've also got to do the insides as well, don't forget. So we actually need to put one there, and one there. But also on these. So I'm going to do these first. So that was 1/2 inch, as I recall.
Hello.
I'm just going to cut some 1/2 inch strips, so just under 1/2 inch actually, to be truthful. Oh, too wide. We went to Birmingham yesterday and had bubble tea. I was talking to Lisa about this earlier. Who's had bubble tea before? Anybody?
Me?
Yeah, I know you have.
Oh.
Oh, good. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading about Ali and Pole. But yeah, cats do rule. I can't make fault with that comment.
Laurie says she likes it, loves it.
Bubble tea. Well, do you know, we went to this Vietnamese cafe place at the station. Oh, and it was wonderful. But it was quite an amusing experience, wasn't it, Mark?
It was, yeah.
Because Mark managed to spill his all down himself. My idiot daughter, bless her, I do love her to bits, but this was positively hilarious, was looking, I'll tell you what bubble tea is in a minute, Julie. She was looking to see what fruit was in the bottom of it, turned it upside down and spilled it all over me. And then Mark's all sticky because he's covered in bubble tea. So he has my hand sanitizer, squeezes it. And this has never happened, ever. But it came out sideways and went all over the other baby's T-shirt. It's quite funny. Bubble tea, it's like a fruit drink. It's not really tea because it tastes nicer. I don't know. It depends whether you like fruit tea. I'm not the biggest fan in the world. But this just tastes like a nice fruit juice. And it usually has like small bits of fruit in the bottom, but also it has bubbles. And when I say bubbles, what I mean is it's got like, they're like jelly, aren't they, I suppose, really? It's like a sort of a jelly round thing. And it's lovely. It's just juicy and I don't know, what's the word? Juicy and tasty and fruity and it's just so. Oh no, I don't need to do that one, do I? Because that one's going to go and stick on my book. But yeah, absolutely lovely. But it was just so funny. So I haven't really seen Rachel much over the, like we've all been away from the families, haven't we? So we went in and celebrated because I'll tell you what, if anybody's into astrology, I'm married to a Taurian and my daughter is a Taurian. That's all I've got to say. It's not an easy life. Not an easy life at all.
Us Taurian, can't believe in that stuff.
Eh? Oh, no, Bloom Street 2 was last week. Oh, actually, right, the kits are going to go into the shop on Friday. I will post this up. The kits are going to go into the shop on Friday. Now, they are ready to post out in terms of I've got everything for them, which is a minor miracle. But the only thing that I would say is that you're going to be hanging on to them for about 3 weeks before class. So if you don't mind that, then that's good. But I'll put them in the shop on Friday and they're going to be 55, but I will write you a list of exactly everything that's going to be in there because they are full. It's just it's got everything in you could possibly imagine, that kit. So quite a few things. So with regard to Vagabond, obviously what I'm aiming for tonight is to finish the briefcase itself. And then next week, what I'm thinking is we're going to get on with the books inside. And I'm thinking that we will do 1 book a week, which means that we've got 4 more weeks of Vagabond left. And then we'll start on Bloom Street 2. If that suits everybody.
At least received both the puzzles today.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's good. So I'm forgiven then. I thought they would come today. Right, pop that on there.
Sticky, sticky. Ryan got a 6x6 Sunday today.
Oh, good. Nothing wrong with being a Taurus. Where do you want me to start?
There's no bull with us.
Huh?
There's no bull with us.
No.
Let's do Linda asks, can we do Bloom Street 2? Having done Bloom Street 1?
Absolutely. The only difference between Bloom Street 2 and Bloom Street 1 is the size. You see, Bloom Street 1, we started it just over a year ago over in Crafting Together with All Brands. That was the first book that I did over there. And there was never a kit. It was just, I never even expected it to be popular, bizarrely. But it just, everybody loved it. Well, because it's kind of, I must admit, even though I think it's quite cute, I have to say, but it's helped by the fact that the papers were utterly gorgeous. But it's, I can't remember what size it is. I forget. But it's I think it's not 6 by 8, it's bigger. I think it must be 8 by 10, something like that. But Anne, who's probably listening, asked me to do an 8 by 8 version. And that's how Bloom Street 2 came about. So it's exactly the same as Bloom Street 1. It's just square. So I've extended some bits of it. Right, okay, so those are done. So now I need to just decorate the inside of these. So that's these 3 bits, okay? So let's have a look. Okay.
Julie has a daughter, son, and husband are all Taurians.
Oh dear. What are you, Julie? I'm a Sagittarian. Actually, I'm not really. I'm kind of born on the day that Sagittarius finishes and Capricorn starts. So I can be very serious if I put my mind to it.
You're a saggy corn then, aren't you?
I'm a saggy something. So yes, I can be very, very serious. Apparently. I hadn't noticed particularly, but
Ellie says you're on the cusp.
I am on the cusp.
Lorraine's a Gemini.
A Jedi. Oh, Gemini. Jedis are good. Geminis are good. Apparently Geminis and Sagittarians get on very well.
I don't really.
Dee's a Capricorn. Oh, Linda, all the best people are Sagittarian.
Well, obviously not.
Yeah. I don't know much about Aquarians, Wendy. To be honest with you, I don't really follow it that closely.
Yeah,
I'm just joking, but I do know that Taurians are meant to be quite stubborn, and in my experience,
They're not.
that wasn't what I was going to say.
They're definitely not.
Oh, my dad's Libra, Julie. Libra's great.
Daddy's great.
Yeah, Daddy's great. Well, he will be when we've sorted him out.
Axel's a Gemini.
Oh, well, that's why I like Axel then.
Rudrana's Cancer.
I don't know much about Cancerians either. You can tell I follow this really closely. What are you arguing about? They so are. No way. Geminis and Sagittarians are supposed to get on very well, Celia. And I remember, I think
What's
as
Mel?
far as Mel's Sagittarian, her birthday's the week before
yeah.
mine.
Does Sagittarian
Does Sagittarian what?
get on with Sagittarians?
Apparently not.
Oh.
I would say so, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
You haven't missed much, Shelby. I'm rabbiting and faffing, you know, just the usual. Doing my homework that I didn't do. Not. Oh, down to earth is good. Stubborn. Yeah.
I'm not stubborn.
You're not stubborn.
No. Quite a few things, but not stubborn.
Okay. Actually, I am trying to think about you being stubborn. No, I don't think you. I don't know.
Let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that, yeah. Although I would say that I'm quite a true Sagittarian.
What's the main?
Yeah, but Mel and I, what you're talking about? You and I, Mel. We're quite different from the same star sign. We are very different.
What's the main thing of Sagittarians?
We're funny and we're fun, and people love us because we're the life and soul of the party, and we like to travel, and but we're also very intellectual. Not a word from you, thank you, dear.
Okay.
I'm quite intellectual.
You are?
Darn it.
Damn and black. Showing up at that new blade.
I know, it's nice to have a new blade. This trim is really great for some things.
Trimming.
Yeah, obviously trimming. No, I mean, it's just... Sometimes it's just easier to use a smaller trimmer. Right, nearly there. This will teach you to tell me that you want me to do it all. Geminis, I think Geminis get on with everybody, don't they? It wouldn't surprise me.
Gemini's the twins.
Yeah. Oh, no, Aries. Yeah, Aries are good. Right. I haven't done this very well because normally I'd make sure that it all lined up and I haven't. Bad person.
Typical Sagittarian.
I know. I don't know anything about Leos either, Shelby.
My brother's a Leo.
Is he?
But then again, I've got that many brothers. I think I've got one for each star sign.
You might have.
Michael.
Oh, is he?
I don't remember that.
Right, okay.
Probably,
Right, so those are all done. Now what I need to do is make these bits, and we're going to add our D-rings on. Now, you should still have some black Tyvek backed black card. Try and say that quickly. Black Tyvek backed black card.
Karen Minibook says Scorpions are the most passionate lovers, so that's it.
Are they? Oh, okay, I'll bear that in mind. I don't know any.
What passionate lovers are all?
I'm not saying a word. I was going to say scorpions. Right. Okay. So I've got some Tyvek here. This is left over from when I made my book. So no, it doesn't tear, Mel. The black one doesn't tear anyway, to be brutally honest with you, because it's so thick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make these bits that come over, okay? So I think they're 1/2 inch. Yes, so I'm going to cut this into 1/2 inch strips. Or is it easier to glue that on first? Probably is, isn't it? Right. Probably should have done this bit last week. Right. I'm going to glue this on. You might be better using tape because you're going to have to make sure that you get your glue everywhere. You can do it separately and then glue. You cut everything into 1/2 inch strips and then glue it on top afterwards, to be honest with you. I'm trying to shortcut and probably failing miserably. Right. So let's pop that on there like that. And now let's cut that into 1/2-inch strips.
1/2 each.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab quickly my scoreboard, and I'm going to take 2 of these and I'm going to score at 1 inch, no, at 1/2 inch, and at 3/4 inch. Okay, just so that I've got an idea of where to fold, because that is going to sit over there like that. And then what we have to do is add in our D-ring. So you've got in your what's it kit, you've got your D-rings. So I'm going to start off, I'm just going to glue that bit and that bit on. Into the middle. Measure it if you want to.
She was talking about tree climbing goats and everything.
Oh, yeah, I like those ones that climb trees as well. They're pretty cool. What am I missing here? What's Melanie doing? What's Mel doing? Who's chucking who out?
You chucking them out. We're talking about tearing
Chucking. I'm just ignoring them.
Oh.
Right, so this is going to fit on there like that, and we're going to fold it. This isn't sticking. And I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Put some glue on it. Oh, come on, man, stick.
That time it takes a bit longer to stick.
I'm just going to have to hold this now until it's stuck. Because you want this bit to stay open, like that's not attached. So your D-ring is going to be directly underneath the bottom of that flap, okay? I'm just going to have to hold this a minute while it just sticks.
Put a bolt on.
Hi, Elsabe, you right? No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get to you know, try and do class. You know, that's all, really. Although, I'm going to have to hold this now. Actually, I'm not, because what I might do is get a clip. And have that drying while I do the next bit. Right, let's do the next one. So I'm just putting, I've got my score lines there, so I'm just going to put some glue onto the score line and onto that bit, and I'm going to pop it in the middle here. Clip that, let that dry.
Ellie's just told Nana.
You're sorry?
Ellie's just told Nana.
Has she? She probably deserved it. Right, let's glue that.
Ruth needs a couple.
I'm going to clip that. That's not a big enough clip. All right, and I'm going to leave those to dry while I do the next bit. Right, so we've got the bits at the bottom, but these are the bits that are magnetic, okay? So what we need to do is put magnets on here so that when that closes, we've got clicks. So you should still have 2 magnets left, she says. I've got 1. I was using them on something else. Oh, no.
Should I go and get some?
You might have to, darling. I'm sorry. You know where they are, don't you?
I know where they were.
Yeah, they're under the shelves. Can I have 4, please? Yeah, okay, probably best. Right. Let's see if this is dried. Now, what we're going to do in a minute is we're going to glue our pockets on here like this with these on top, and then that fits just there like that, okay? So we're going to have a little bit of space at the bottom. We just need to make sure that there's at least ½ an inch left here for us to attach things on. So when you attach this accordion pocket, you need to put glue down there, and across that bit. So this bottom bit folds over the accordion bit, okay? So you don't have it underneath the accordion bit like that. You're going to put it over the accordion bit like that, okay? Does that make sense? So what we've got to do now is glue both of these pockets on. Now, what I might just do before I start is just make myself some marks just so that I know, because it is actually, whereas I like to try and eyeball stuff, this one's kind of important. If it's not right, you'll notice. So I did have some pencils earlier. Here we go. So this is 10 inches. So I know that the middle is 5. Oh, ha! That line there is exactly in the middle. God, I'm so clever. So that's 5. That's 4.5. So 4.5. So it needs to be 1/4 of an inch in. So if I put that one there, and then that one there, they should be fairly equidistant, okay? Thank you, darling. Tar. So let's just open that up a minute. I think it's going to be, oh, sorry, guys. I think it's going to be easier for me to glue it. No, it's not. When it's open, that's better. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue just on that bit of the pocket. that bit of the pocket and that flap at the bottom.
No.
Okay. Now I'm going to attach this to the bottom of my book like that. And I might have to hold it a moment or two until it sticks. Not distracting me. I'm just carrying on regardless.
How much clearance is that on the top flap?
It's about 1/4 of an inch. Oh, there's about 1/4 of an inch at the bottom.
Okay. Didn't know it was hot.
It is hot. Right. Okay. So next one.
Sticky, sticky.
Okay, and now I'm going to attach this one right next to it. Let me just make sure that's level. Yep. I'm just going to glue that down. So I'll just hold it for a second. Okay, right. Pop that back together for a moment. And now I'm going to take the top bits. Okay. And I'm going to put some glue on that flap there. Now, this flap attaches to the top here. I mean, obviously on the briefcase, but that's how you get it in the right place, is that that flap lines up with the top of the pocket.
It just sits on the top.
It just sits on the, yeah, sits on the top like that. I don't know if you can see that, how well you can see that.
Looks good to me.
So that just sits directly on top there like that. Okay. So there's no gap in between your flap and the pocket. It's flush. See? Okay.
No gaps in the flaps.
And that means that you've got a gap just there as well. Okay. Just between the top of your actual briefcase and there. All right. And now we're going to do the same with the other flap. Put some glue on there. And now I'm just going to attach that to the top, make it flush with that pocket like that. Okay. So we've got both of our pockets on there now. Now we have to make this bit that attaches and keeps this bit closed. So we've got our bits of card and paper. I'm just going to cut another couple of slithers of 1/2 inch. Oh, that's not card mix. I'm going to need 4 magnets altogether. So, first of all, I just glued that so badly, it's not even stuck.
That black toilet takes long to dry on it.
I think it does, yeah.
Because it's not absorbent.
So what I'm going to do first of all is just measure where I want, how long I want that to be. Oh. There. I want it to be there. So I'm just going to cut that.
Oh, Libby's just joined us.
Hi, Libby. That's a bit thick. I must have not put it on the card last time. I'm going to take that Tyvek off the card. I'm going to have to re-glue this whole thing. Right. Right, I'm just going to stick this Tyvek directly to the back of this pattern paper.
Forget the card.
There we go, and fold that in half. Now what I need to do is to put the magnets on, but I need to cover those. I don't know if this is shot with the pattern paper as well. So what I'm going to do is get some double-sided tape. It is. Let's just pop that on there. Right. One magnet at the bottom. Start by popping that on there. Where's my other magnet? What have I done with all my magnets? Oh, there they are. On my ruler so I don't lose them. Let's just make sure that's the right way round. So that, in theory, let's just check this before I glue it all down.
Karen says good night.
Good night, lovely. Why isn't those? Oh, I don't know what's going on here. The magnets. Oh, I've got them on the wrong way around. Not very clever, is it? That's probably why they're not snapping. There we go. That's better. Right. So what I've got there is I've got a magnet sandwich.
Yummy, yum, yum.
So I've got pattern paper, Tyvek, magnets, and pattern paper. Okay. So when I fold that in half, those two magnetized bits will stick together. And I'm going to stick this bit to my briefcase. So just that one bit will go through there like that. Will fit on there. See if I can get it to stick straight. I'm just going to hold it a minute. And then that, in theory, will attach down like that. So when we want to open up the pocket, all we have to do is just flip that up and then open up our pocket like that. Okay? So we're going to do exactly the same on the other side.
Rinse and repeat.
So where is my Tyvek? I'm going to take the Tyvek off this. It's too thick. Fold it in half. Let's just see how long it needs to be. So pop that through there. Down to there. And snip.
Snippity, snip, snip, snip.
So now I'm going to put my magnets on. See if I can put them around the right way this time. One on there. One on there.
One here, one there.
Okay, pattern paper, which I've lost. If you've got time to wait for this to dry before you do anything with it, I would thoroughly recommend that. Okay, then let's fold it in half and glue it on.
Ruth says really good wings.
They're not bad. Although I have to say some are better than others. I'm not going to lie. I've had a few dodgy ones this week. Right. So that is the front of your book completed. So what you need to do is I've added in some bits here, some of the not the magnets, the cogs, and some of the cutter parts. But what I've done is I've mounted them onto black card because I just think it just brings it out a bit. And what I've done as well here is that I've added things onto bits of what do you call them? Chipboard, so that it hires it up a bit. So what I thought we'd do now is have a look at that particular bit of decoration, but also inside what I've done is I've added extra bits on here. So there's like this motif here And then on the very back, I've also added in these motifs, but I've put loads and loads of things I've added onto the black card just to make it pop. So let's have a look at our papers and see what we've got.
Mel says, bring it closer to you.
What?
I don't know.
The book. So the inside of the book, right at the back, I've got these bits. And we're going to stick some of those on now. So let's see what we've got left over for paper. That's one that I cut out. So literally just fussy cutting around, and I'm going to stick this onto black card. And you've got two of these because these are from the Lady Vagabond papers.
Yeah.
Was a bit. Okay, so let me find some black card. Then when that's dry, I'm going to cut that out. This is the one that I used for the front, which I also stuck onto black card. And then I chose a motif from one of the Vagabond pages, as I recall. One of those. So, I don't know. I like them all. It's really difficult to decide which one to choose. Might use a different one. Right, so I'm going to cut those out and then I'm going to stick them onto black card and I'm going to attach them to my book. But Next week, what I want to do is the first of our books that goes inside. So we want to look at the fussy cutting that we need to do for that so that we can just get on with the book next week. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through with you and show you the bits that we need to fussy cut, okay? So let's start off with our lady. So we've got this background here on our the four doors and clocks. This is in Lady Vagabond, okay? So that piece, which has come out of that sheet there, okay, that piece. So I want you to fussy cut that out. This is if you're copying mine. Obviously, you don't have to. Now, as we've got two of those, I want you to cut them both because what we're going to do is cut out on the other one. We're going to cut the circle out, okay? The actual clock. So you've got two of the same, and I want you to cut that square, and I want you to cut the clock out of that, okay? Then on our back sheet, this is still Lady Vagabond. On the back sheet, we've got our lady there. So I want you to fussy cut her. Okay, so there's our Lady Vagabond. We're going to fussy cut her out. Then I want you to find the wings, these wings that go behind. So they're in Sir Vagabond. And I can't remember off the top of my head. No, I was say I thought it was that one, but it's not. It's going to be... Can't find them. They are. Oh, they're not in Lady Vagabond, are they? No. I'm sure they'll turn up. Oh, here they are. Right, back of Sir Vagabond, you've got these wings here. So I want you to cut those out. Okay, I'm cutting them out separately. Oops. Okay, you're going to cut them out separately. And then we need to find a sentiment. And I've used, I think it was Sir Vagabond. I used the Leave the Trail down here. But you can use Absolutely Unique, whichever. And then just a couple of the circles. So I've used this one out of the Sir Vagabond. So let's just cut that. So that one, and then I've used one of the really little ones, which was that one in the corner up by Sir Vagabond. And we're going to fussy cut that as well. So that is your homework for this week, okay? I want you to fussy cut those so that when we come back next week and do our first book, you're going to be all ready to go and we're not going to be spending ages and ages cutting things out. Okay? So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you wanted to cut these bits a little bit thicker, I don't think it would matter. So anything up to 3/4 of an inch if you wanted to. I'm leaving mine at 1/2 inch, but it's entirely up to you. They will take a little bit thicker if you're worried about things coming apart, which I don't think they will. But if you wanted to, that would be fine. So there we go. That's sorted for this evening. Back again next Wednesday for our first insert book. Wendy's book tomorrow if you're around.
Oh, yes.
And then eventually we'll get around to doing this book on Friday as well. All right, then. I hope that's been interesting, if nothing else. And we will see you next week. All right, guys. Thank you for having us. Bye.
Oh.